We're going to be talking about graduation protocols. So this is mainly for people that will have a graduating senior. Alright everyone, good morning. My name is Alex Mesa and I'm with the Office of Communications with United Independent School District. Mi nombre es Alex Mesa y estoy con la Oficina de Comunicaciones del Distrito Escolar de United. Today we're going to be talking about the protocols that will follow during graduations this year, since, well, it is a different year. Vamos a estar platicándoles un poquito de cómo vamos a hacer el proceso de graduaciones este año, ya que tenemos que aplicar otras reglas debido a COVID. Okay. The first thing is every graduate should have received a package with 2 tickets, 2 bracelets, and 1 parking permit. Every student will be assigned to a different area or a different color area. We have 4 gates, 4 color areas, which are yellow, green, blue, and red. The parking lot will be divided as well in those 4 sections, so whatever color you received, you will park in that section. Cualquier color que recibieron, ya sea amarillo, verde, rojo o azul, será la sección en la que se estacionarán y será también la sección por la que entrarán y la sección en la que se sentarán dentro del estadio. Una vez que lleguen aquí al SAC, se van a estacionar dependiendo en su color, ya sea rojo, amarillo, verde o azul. Once you have already parked, the student, the graduate, and their family members must enter the premises together. All right? It is only two family members per graduate, no exceptions. We are following state, federal, and local regulations, so we can't change that. So please refrain from trying to bring someone else with you. It is only 2 family members per graduate. We also have very limited seating since we have to separate you all 6 feet apart. All right? La sección de la sentada será 2 personas por estudiante, 2 miembros de su familia solamente. No se le permitirá la entrada a nadie más que a solo 2 miembros de la familia de cada estudiante. Okay? En el paquete, on the package, you should have received a parking permit. That parking permit has to be hanging on the front review mirror in your car. All right? With that parking permit, you will know, or we will know, what section you need to go and that you're allowed to enter the premises. If you're riding in separate cars, only 1 car will be allowed in the parking lot. So if you're riding in separate cars, 2 cars, you will have to park in Maria Luisa, which is on the back side of the SAC, outside of the premises. You will not be allowed to park inside of the premises without a parking permit. Repito, si ustedes recibirán un permiso para estacionamiento, este permiso también tendrá el color amarillo, rojo, azul o verde y lo tendrán que poner en el espejo retrovisor de sus carros. Sin ese permiso no podrán entrar los carros aquí al estacionamiento. En caso de que necesiten viajar en más de un solo carro por cualquier situación personal, el otro carro tendrá que estacionarse fuera del estacionamiento del SAC. No serán permitidos dentro del área del SAC. Once you arrive to the front gate, you will be screened via questioning on whether or not you have certain symptoms, such as cough, shortness of breath, headache, diarrhea, and other COVID-19 symptoms. If you have these symptoms, you will not be allowed into the premises. Cuando lleguen aquí a la entrada principal, aquí afuera se les va a hacer un screening, se les van a hacer unas preguntas sobre si tienen alguno de los síntomas relacionados con COVID-19. Los síntomas incluyen tos, problemas para respirar, dolores de cabeza, dolores musculares, diarrea, etc. Si usted o alguno de las personas que viene con usted tiene esos síntomas, no se les permitirá entrada. Recuerden, esto es por la seguridad de todos y también es porque el Estado a nivel federal y a nivel local son los mandatos que nosotros tenemos. You will see we have delimited on the floor where you will be standing waiting for your turn to come in. Once you have been screened, once you have been allowed to come in, you will pass through the gate, and remember, we will not be enforcing the regulation about our bag policies. However, strollers. I'm gonna give you a list of things that you should not bring because we will not let you bring them inside, all right? Give me 1 second here. You will not be allowed to bring in strollers, confetti, streamers, noise makers, balloons, umbrellas, or open umbrellas really, canopies, or tripods. Una vez que entren, no vamos a estar enforzando las reglas sobre bolsas, pero los siguientes artículos no se les permitirán entrada, así es que por favor no los traigan, y si los traen, regréselos a su auto. Estos serán carreolas, confeti, latas de confeti que se avienta, maracas o cualquier tipo de objeto que haga ruido, globos, sombrillas abiertas o tripiés para las cámaras. Okay, todas esas cosas no se les van a permitir, y si usted llega a tenerlas dentro de las gradas, tendremos nuestro personal de seguridad que les pedirá que lo retiren. Now, I remember I told you you will have your tickets. Your tickets have to be scanned. They are very much like the ones at the arena. They are kind of like if you were going to a concert, your ticket will be scanned. So please don't duplicate them, don't give them away, don't offer them for sale, don't ask for somebody else to sell them to you. They are going to be scanned, they are not to be duplicated, and it would only be 2 per family, no exceptions. Los tickets que les estaremos dando para el evento se escanean como si estuviéramos en un concierto, son de Ticketmaster, así es que no habrá manera de que los dupliquen, los vendan o los regalen. Si los quieren regalar porque no van a venir al evento, dárselo a otro miembro de la familia, es cuestión de ustedes, pero solo 2 personas por estudiante podrán entrar a la arena. El brazalete que viene ahí también tendrá el color amarillo, rojo, verde o azul, y ustedes tendrán que traerlo puesto. Your bracelet will also have the same colors, red, blue, green, or yellow, and you will have to wear it. In a minute, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna show you how we are delimiting these 4 areas, all right? So whether you have to enter, in this case, let me go back a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. In this case, you will see this will be gate 4 or yellow, right? So if your ticket has the color yellow, if your bracelet is the color yellow, and your parking permit is the color yellow, you will park on this section, you will enter through this gate, and you will sit in this first section of bleachers right there, all right? Students, once you enter the premises, parents and students will separate. They must enter together, but once they have passed the gate, they will separate. Una vez que entren, estudiantes y familia tienen que entrar juntos por ahí, pero una vez que entren se van a separar, ¿ok? Los estudiantes entrarán al campo y encontrarán su silla correspondiente. En un momento les platico cómo va a funcionar eso. Students, you will go in and you will find your own chair on that section. I will walk you through that in a minute. Parents, you will come up to the bleachers. In your designated area, as you see, we have stickers also here, just in case we get a line, so that everybody is safe and distant while everybody's being seated. You will find, once you come in, the sections are delimited by color and seating area. You see there's that L shape right there, there's that L shape right there. That means this section right here will be your seating area. You may not sit outside of the L shape in either side, for that is the space that we're keeping for the next seating section. You see that L right there? That is the next seating section. All the bleachers have already been marked in the areas that you can sit. Todas las gradas ya fueron marcadas. Tenemos el tape aquí. Como puedes ver, es una forma L, ¿verdad? Esa forma L está de un lado y está del otro. Esta sección aquí será tu sección para sentarte. La sección que le sigue es la sección que te va a separar de la siguiente familia que esté visitando. toda esta sección no es para sentarse. Esta sección es para mantener la distancia social. Okay? Verás, en cada sección, you will see in every section, in the middle of the section, we have placed these banners, like this one, in case you forget. Seat here, inside the L shapes, you see that? Se sentarán dentro de las L's, no afuera. Entre ellas son 6 pies de separación y luego otra sección para la gente para sentarse. All right, each section is divided. We have the yellow section, and then the other half over here will be the red section. Again, this section has also been divided. Every section has been divided. On the opposite side, we have green and we have blue. So you will find your section according, again, to your tickets, your bracelets, and your parking permits. We also have divided a section for the handicap, all right? If you need a seat, you have a wheelchair, you have other necessities for space, there is the delimited area for handicapable. You will sit right here and you will have this middle section to put either your wheelchair, your walker, or any other items you may require to put away. Esta sección que les acabo de mostrar es para las personas con necesidades diferentes. Si tienes una silla de ruedas, si están con caminadoras o algún tipo de aparatos, se pueden sentar aquí. Esta sección es para una sola persona y tendrán la sección de al lado para poder poner su carreola y otros artículos. Okay? All right. Now let's go back and I'm gonna discuss a little on how the students are gonna sit and how it's everything gonna work out for them. All right? So if your student is nearby, please call them up so they can hear this. Si sus estudiantes y sus graduados están ahí cerca de ustedes, invítenlos a que nos escuchen en este momento para que puedan ver lo que les voy a platicar. All right. If you recall at the beginning of this, well, as a few minutes ago, I told you students and family must enter together, but they will divide at this point. At this point, only students will be allowed beyond this gate. So students will pass the gate and they will go and find their chair, all right? There will be a staff member from their school in here assigned to every row, one staff member per row. Habrá un maestro, maestra o algún miembro de la escuela que les estará explicando por fila dónde se tienen que sentar. Los estudiantes encontrarán sus nombres. Estará el nombre del estudiante en cada una de las sillas, así es que tienen que buscar en esa sección. Students should already know by this point if they're sitting in the red section, yellow section, blue, or green, depending on your tickets, your bracelets, and your parking permit. They all have the colors. Now the tickets, you will say, hey, my ticket is not either yellow, red, green, and blue. It's orange for United, blue for Alexander, purple for LBJ, and blue, cyan blue for United South. Yes, you will find on the ticket section, just like if you were going to the concerts, you will find the section will say yellow section, red section. I'll show you a ticket in a minute so y'all can get a better idea of that. Okay, so once the students have found their seat, if you see, the chairs are divided 6 feet apart. We're keeping them separate, no shoulder to shoulder. Now, very important, especially for the ladies, no stilettos will be allowed on the field. Only flats or wedges. Flats and wedges will be allowed here. I'll tell you why. Because you will pierce the turf. And aside from maybe piercing it, you can also hurt yourself. So stilettos will not be allowed in the turf. Señoritas, por favor, graduadas, no se les permitirá usar tacones en esta zona. Solo zapatos bajos o wedges. ¿Okay? Una vez que hayan encontrado su asiento, estudiantes, se sentarán ahí y esperarán a que la ceremonia empiece. En un momento les voy a platicar cómo la ceremonia va a funcionar. This year, sadly, students won't have a rehearsal, right? So I can imagine some of you are nervous as far as what you have to do when you show up here. I will explain that to you in just a little bit. So for now, I do want to clear things up with your family members so that everybody's on the same page. Remember, few things, let me recap. 2 family members per student, no exceptions. 1 car per family in the parking lot, no exceptions. 4 sections, yellow, red, green, blue. Your ticket will say the section that you need to go to, your parking permit will say that, and your bracelet will say that. Okay, this is what the parking permit will look like. It's a yellow one, so you will go in the yellow section. Red, blue, and green will obviously look that. This has to go on your front review mirror. Without this permit, you will not be allowed into the parking lot, and it's only 1 per family. Tickets look like this. You see right here where my finger's at, it says yellow section, all right? That is where you will see what section your ticket has assigned. However, you should have the same as your bracelet and your parking permit. The bracelet will be yellow, will be the color of your section. Either it is blue, red, green, or yellow, even if it's for the same school, they all look, take the yellow one. Even if it's for the same school, the logo will be there, the name will be there, but the color will change. Estos son los brazaletes que se les estarán dando, ya los deben de tener en sus paquetes. Son verde, rojo, azul y el amarillo. Estos, si se fijan, traen el nombre de la escuela y el logo. Lo que cambia es el color. Es importante que se fijen en el color porque de eso va a depender en dónde se van a sentar allá arriba, en dónde se van a estacionar allá afuera y en dónde los estudiantes se van a sentar dentro de esta zona. ¿Ok? Las entradas, lo mismo, estudiantes. If your color is yellow, you will enter through the yellow gate. If your color is red, you will enter on the opposite side. If your color is green, you will enter on the other side of the field. If your color is blue, you will enter on the other side. I'm sorry, that is green and blue. So this is blue right over here, green over there. This is the visitor side of the SAC. For those of you wondering that know the SAC better, this is the visitor side. This is the home side. On the right-hand side of the home side will be the yellow, red, blue, and green. All right? So if by the time you arrive you're not sure where you're going, just follow the signs. There will be signs in the parking lot telling you where you are. If you're parking in the yellow or red sections, you will want to enter through Maria Luisa on the back. You will get off Loop 20 if you're coming north-south. You will get off on Loop 20, go under the bridge, loop around, and then enter Maria Luisa and enter the parking lot. If you're coming to the other 2 sections, blue and green, you will want to come on through the front of the SAC, all right? So you do want to get on 359, enter through the front of the SAC, and then find your way to the visitor side. This will help us all maintain everything clean, orderly, and if you know your section, you come prepared. I will show you a few maps in a minute, so that way you can have a better idea of what's all this Alex is talking about that you're probably like, I don't understand a lot. It's okay. Repito en español, las secciones son amarilla en el lado de casa, amarilla, roja, y detrás de mí en el lado de visitas tenemos azul y verde. Son la mitad de los bleachers es verde, la mitad de acá es azul y lo mismo del lado amarillo y rojo. Tu entrada, si estás de la sección amarilla o roja, la entrada deberás de hacerla del lado de María Luisa. Esa entrando sería bajando de Loop 20 si vienes de norte a sur, bajarás de Loop 20, harás vuelta en U debajo del puente y entrarás por María Luisa accesando a esta sección. Si tu sección está del otro lado, que sería la azul o la verde, vas a entrar por el frente del SAC, es decir, entrarás por 359, la entrada principal del SAC, y encontrarás tu estacionamiento designado. ¿Okay? Si haces esto, nos ayudas a mantener todo ordenado, tranquilo, sin ningún problema. Tendremos patrullas en el estacionamiento, tendremos gente personal ayudándoles en todo momento. We will have people helping you at all times, so don't freak out, don't worry, you will find your seat. You will find your parking spot, and you and your child will enjoy their graduation ceremony. All right, so now let's discuss a little bit of what will happen for the students, okay? Students, once you have sit down, again, if your student is around, invite them to listen to this part. They will not have a rehearsal ceremony, so we need to make sure that they know what will happen. This part will be a little confusing, so please pay attention. All right, once the students have arrived, we will follow regular protocols for any other ceremony we held, right? We'll have presentation of colors, we will have the presentation of the guest and the main guest, the VIP guest. We will have the presentation of the principal will have their speech. Once the principal has spoken, he will invite Vals, Sals, and class president. To explain a little bit more about this, I'm gonna pass the baton to Miss Gloria Rendon, who she will be guiding students right now on how the process will be, and then I'll come back and show you a little bit of the maps and the layout of how everything's gonna work.
Okay. All right. Good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful Tuesday out here. I wanted you to see all of the seats. All right. These are the chairs. We're not completely set up. We're going all the way up to the 20-yard line at each end zone. All right, almost end zone to end zone in our SAC stadium. Right. So what we want to tell our graduates is, I know Alex did a wonderful job. Thank you, Alex, in guiding our parents as to the entrance and where we're going to sit and so forth. However, I want to talk to the students about their actual ceremony. All right. So you come in. He's already guided you. You come in and you're walking. You're going to take your seat. Your diploma will already be on your chair. So it's going to be secured to your seat so it doesn't fly away. Girls and guys, it is a little windy out here most of the time. So lift your cap, all right? Use bobby pins, use anything else that you may need to use. It's usually windy. We hope it's windy out here, because if not, it'll be really, really hot. It is hot, so we're asking you to wear comfortable, to hydrate. We will provide water for you all and to the guests upon arrival. Right, but let's talk about the ceremony. You're coming in, you come in through the gates, right? You find your seat, and then what we do is the color guard will be here. The individuals who are going to be speaking will already be up on stage, all right? So my Val, my Sal, my class president, and anybody, my student council president, who usually leads the presentation of colors, the Pledge of Allegiance, the Texas Pledge, and so forth, will be on stage, all right? So those individuals will be already on there. We do the presentation of colors. 2 schools are presenting live, 2 schools are not. So you all, the principal will guide you. They'll ask you to stand up. You stand up, all right? And you stay standing until he tells you all to sit down, right? Upon that, then the class presidents or so forth will do the Pledge of Allegiance, the alma mater. The Star Spangled Banner, and the Texas Pledge. And at that point those individuals will walk off the stage together, all right? Then the only ones who would remain on stage are my Val, my Sal, and my class president, who are still going to be introduced for the introduction of speeches, all right? The principal will tell you to sit. He will give you a short speech. Then the board president, Mr. Ramirez Vélez, will also give you a message on behalf of the board members. And then the superintendent will also address you all, very, very short. And then we'll start with the class president. So the class president, you are to stand up when your principal is introducing you. Even though your speech has already been pre-recorded, you will stand up and wait until your introduction is final. Once your speech is uploaded into the Jumbotron and it starts playing, you take your seat right at the stage. All right, then of course my Sal will come up and will address the group, and then my valedictorian will address the group. Once everybody finishes, same thing, you all stand up as you're being introduced by your principal, and then you take your seat once your speech begins up on the Jumbotron. And then all of you will walk off together. right? It's important here. The val and the sal, you're going to walk off the stage, but you're not going to go find your seat. At that point, the top 10 students from each school will be walking up to the platform guests, to the stage, I'm sorry, up to the front. You may be way in the back, so we're asking you to kind of keep that cue and look at that. I did fail to mention one thing. Going back earlier in the program, one of the board members will announce all of the individuals who are joining, who are enlisting in the military. All right, so upon that, we will have you all, one by one as your name is called, you stand and you remain standing until all of the names have been called. And this is important because we want the cameraman to capture your image on the Jumbotron so that you can be flashier. You will stand with pride, and once everybody's name has been called, the board member will tell you, thank you, we wish you the best, and thank you for serving our country. And so that moment is when you all would take your seats. All right, so Val, Sal, and my other speeches are done. We go to the top 10. There will be markers with tape named for you all. And once your name is called, number 10, Alex Mesa, number 10, come on over, you're gonna stand in place. Number 9, Rocio Moore, come on over, and she's gonna stand in her place. And so forth on down the line. Val and Sal will already be in the area, so once number 2 and number 1 are called, then they will all take their seats. It's a photo opportunity for all of us, and the camera will be panning to look at those individuals, and then at that point, everybody will take their seat. They will come back on. All right, we're doing things a little different, all right? My largest class is 800 students, almost close to 800 students, United South High School. United High School is actually the largest, but we had to split them in 2. So what we're doing then is, instead of you all coming up for your diplomas, what we're going to do, once the principal will tell you, he will ask Mr. Santos, the superintendent, to come on up, and they will certify you as being graduate, that you've met all of the qualifications to be graduates, and you move your tassel from the right to the left, all right? At that point, then your marshal, your chair marshal, or your teacher, your instructor on that particular row will ask you all to stand up. At that point, graduates, we want you, just for the moment, to take off your mask, all right? Keep your social distance, you're not moving, and you pick up your diploma from your seat. The camera, once you start calling the students in alphabetical order, you will have the opportunity to just, wave to your parents. The camera will be right on you, and the Jumbotron back there will feature you as your name is called for your parents and everybody else here. So you can take off your masks. We have also allowed you to decorate your caps for the first time, so that you can distinguish them, since everybody is wearing facial coverings as well. So you wave to your family, and you take your seat, and then we move on to the next graduate, and so forth until everybody is done. So you're not walking across the stage, you're not shaking anybody's hand. We are keeping those social distancing measures in place, and trying to keep everybody be safe in this occasion. So once that is done, all graduates, you take your seat. We go through 800 students' names and so forth. That kind of brings us to the end of the ceremony, all right? And so your principal will announce, they'll have a video recording of your alma mater and of your fight song. You'll hear that for the last time, probably as students of your particular campus. And then you're moving on. So at that point, that would be the closure. And this is probably the most important part for our parents and for our students. We are not going to leave our seats, all right? We're going to leave our seats. We're not all going to leave our seats at the same time. We're going to leave our seats in an orderly manner, all right? So, for example, row number 1, in the beginning, will be allowed to dismiss. That means the families that are in the red section, row number 1, yellow section, blue section, row number 1, and then the last section, which would be probably my row 28 from yellow and my row 28 from green, we will start dismissing from the back to the same gates that you all came through. At the end, you will have the opportunity to take a picture with your diploma, with your cap and gown, take off your mask once again. This is a picture, the district buys a picture for every single one of our students and our graduates. And so what we do is we have 4 photo stations, depending on your color of gate. This is why it's important. We have your address, your name and everything. We'll check you off. And upon that, that's where the parents will meet the graduate. and they leave the premises together. Then we start with row 2 and row 27, and so forth until we finish all of our dismissal procedures for our graduation party. Yes, will it take long? Probably. If we can do it in an orderly manner, it shouldn't, because our picture taking is a matter of seconds, and so we have to we want to keep that social distancing in place for everybody, and so that individuals do not congregate in particular areas. I think that's basically it. You get to leave. We congratulate you once again for this accomplishment and this milestone that you've done. And if you have any questions, you all, I do have one thing that I want to share. I've noticed on social media, is anybody selling tickets for this particular school? And so you can buy your tickets. I'm not, some kids may want to not use them and not utilize them. However, I do want to tell the parents that if your graduate is, say for example, I am Rendon and my student is Rendon and I'm graduating on section R, section red here, the ticket that you buy or the tickets that you buy may be in a green section, all right? I need to warn you and tell you that your guests that you bought tickets for, if it's grandma and grandpa that you want to come, they're not going to sit with you on the red section because the tickets have been designated for green section, right? Every section has approximately 400 seats that we can sit. And I say approximately, a little bit less in some cases. So they are designated by the number of chairs that we need, the number of seats that we need per each school, all right? And so you have a green bracelet, you have a green ticket, you have green tickets to come on in. This is why we have Ticketmaster tickets. You're not going to be able to come to the red section to sit down over here and join your other family members. And remember, everybody sits by 2. It's not a group of 4 sitting together, even though you all live in the same household or so forth, because the social distancing, everything has been measured to keep at least 5 to 6 feet. In some cases didn't work out, I'll be honest with you. We could not get 6 feet, but we are practicing as much as possible that social distancing for outside of your family members. So it's only 2 people per seat, and I just want to stress that, all right? Should you have any questions, just feel free to call our Office of Communications, 473-6201, and you can speak to any one of our team members or ask us on Facebook any of your questions, concerns that you may have. Again, we will be providing water. It is warm. Gates open at 7 o'clock. You can come here at 5 o'clock, y'all. It doesn't mean you're going to get in, all right? We do not open gates until 7 o'clock. Our staff starts arriving at 6, so we can give them instructions. We will not be ready to open gates at 6 o'clock either, all right? 7 o'clock will be the time that we open our gates. Our ceremony does begin at 8 o'clock. We hope to finish it off and hopefully by 2 hours like we normally have done, and set up for the next event's graduation. Should there be bad weather on this particular night, then the event will be scheduled for the following week, and we will get back to you without those immediate details as soon as possible. All right, so there's a contingency plan for bad weather as well. All right, thank you for your time, and I hope this was informative for you all. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to contact us. Thank you.
All right, before I lose you all, let me repeat that in Spanish for some of the people. Just the end part, not the whole thing. Not the students part, just the end part. Por favor, si usted desea comprar el boleto de alguien porque sabe que alguien no va a venir a la ceremonia y pidió que porque quiere que el abuelito o la abuelita vengan a la ceremonia, es muy importante que tengan esto en mente. Los boletos están divididos por secciones. Recuerda, las secciones son rojos, azul, verde y amarillo. Si su sección es en el rojo y el boleto que compró es en el azul, su familiar no va a poderse mover a la sección roja. Se va a tener que quedar en la sección a la que el boleto pertenece. Cada sección está dividida en cierto número de asientos y no podemos dar más asientos a nadie porque todo está dividido para reglas de distanciamiento social. ¿Ok? Lo mismo también, si usted llega aquí a las 5 de la tarde, no se le va a permitir el acceso hasta las 7 de la noche. Las puertas abren a las 7 de la noche en punto, no antes. Okay. Los miembros del staff que estarán trabajando las ceremonias llegarán aquí a las 6 de la tarde, entonces no estaremos listos para abrir las puertas a las 6 de la tarde tampoco. Entonces, por favor, trate de no llegar aquí antes de las 7, y si quiere llegar temprano para poderse estacionar, no esperar en fila, está bien, pero tendrá que esperar en su automóvil porque no podrá accesar el estadio hasta las 7 de la noche. Sin más por el momento que darles, les recuerdo, cada uno de sus tickets tiene la sección a la que pertenecen. Dice ahí si son sección amarilla, roja, verde, azul. Remember, your tickets, your parking permit, and your bracelet, they all have to match color. The ticket will not have the look of the color, but it will say yellow section, red section, green section, blue section. If you happen to have any questions, don't hesitate asking us. You can DM us here on Facebook. You can call us to our offices, 473-6201. Ask for anyone on my team, Communications Department. All right? We can help you. Just give us a call. And if you're ready for this, we'll see you next week. Si hay algún problema de clima en donde la lluvia o algo nos evite continuar con la ceremonia será movida a la semana siguiente y ya se les avisará cuál es el nuevo horario, cuál es el nuevo plan, pero sí tenemos un plan de contingencia para el clima. Les voy a poner un momento, Rocío Moore, ella es la manager del Departamento de Comunicaciones, que tiene también información para ustedes.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Mi nombre es Rocío Moore de la Oficina de Comunicaciones. Nada más para aclarar, porque estamos recibiendo mensajes de que en dónde se pueden comprar los boletos. Los boletos no se venden. Tickets are not for sale, tickets are free, pero there's only 2 tickets per graduate. Son 2 boletos solamente por graduado. Muchas personas están preguntando que si se venden porque hay estudiantes que no van a participar en las ceremonias de graduación. Es por eso que hay la confusión de que están preguntando que si se venden. Algunas personas puede ser que como no van a participar, los quieran vender. Era por eso que queríamos hacer la aclaración. Tickets are not for sale, tickets are for free, pero there's only 2 per graduate. Again, no se venden, pero si por alguna razón ustedes consiguen boletos y los compran porque ese estudiante no va a venir a clases, tanto Alex Mesa, como Miss Rendón ya explicaron la cuestión de cómo se van a sentar. Nada más queríamos hacer esa aclaración. Gracias, Alex.
So remember, tickets are for free. Your graduate should already have their tickets, so don't worry about it if you wonder my student doesn't have tickets. Ask your school or ask your student. He might have it and you're not aware. But those tickets are for free. If you buy from someone else, that is on you. Just remember, you might not be sitting in the section you desire. And there will not be changes about that. All right? Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for listening in, tuning in. If you have any questions, let us know. You have a beautiful day and we'll see you next week for graduation. Have a good day. Bye-bye.